Good morning and welcome to another edition or another episode of Mortgages with Patricia. My name is Patricia Yanes with Pioneer Mortgage Funding, and I just coming by here to share with you some of the amazing programs that are available to help first-time home buyers get their home barely with no money out of pocket or no money out of pocket. So if you like the content that I'm putting out, I would like for you to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss any episodes. So without further ado, I would like to go into today's episode. And I kind of did a version of this last Monday, but I wanted to come up here and do one in English because there's so many people that I think they're being left out. And I want everybody in Florida to know about these programs that are available to help you buy your first home. So I have this presentation that I would like to share with you. Um, and give me one second. Give me one second. Let's see. Let me see. And like I said, these programs are the title of today's episode is No Money, No Problem. I am here to help you buy with no money. Obviously, you have to qualify for these programs, but we'll go into a little bit of that information as we move forward. Again, if you have any questions, I'm going to leave my information below. You can reach out to me. You can send me a message. Um, you know, and I'll be more than happy to help you specifically with your situation. So, like I said, my name is Patricia Yanes with Pioneer Mortgage Funding. I am an MLO, which is a mortgage loan specialist. And a little bit about myself in the personal life. I am Cuban. I have been doing this for a long, long time, but I am a mother of two beautiful young adults and two beautiful Boston Terriers. I've been married to a wonderful husband for over 25 years, and I love the beach, traveling, my family, and my job. It really gives me the fulfillment of, being able to help families build patrimony, build a home, So, a little bit about me professionally. I've been doing this, like I said, over 27 years. I have in-depth knowledge of the sector. Still, there's always room to learn. This is what we're doing here today, right? But the difference between me and most people out there is that I give a white glove service. It's a boutique service. I handle your loan from beginning to end. So that way you don't feel like you're being left out, that you don't know what's going on with your deal. I am your point of contact. There's no delegation, right? A little bit about Pioneer Mortgage Funding. They're one of the top lenders, a top broker in Florida, 2024. They're in several states. The beauty about this, or the most important point about this, is that we are a broker. What does this mean? It means that we lenders have particular programs. They have a portfolio of programs that they can offer their clients. When you are a broker, you have access to not only one lender. We have over 80 lenders that we work with. So we have unlimited options for all of our clients. So one application, we have access to all the banks, right? That's all you need. Um, this is so important. I mean, I know that my programs right now are specific. This kind of programs are specific for the state of Florida because it's for some home buyers for the state of Florida. And we really are in the best place, and real estate is the best investment. Everybody wants to be in Florida. Like over 1,000 people move to Florida every single day. We don't have state taxes, so we have tax benefits. We have the homestead exemption. We have the protect our homes. There's so many benefits to buy right now in the state of Florida that, to grow your wealth and patrimony, right? So without further ado, let me just go straight into the program. So, more ways to help you buy. Qualifying is the most important thing, and this is where you would talk to somebody like me. Qualifying is the first step to ensuring you can buy a home. You need to learn how to qualify, and basically, you need to have your employment information. You need to have your income to calculate your debt to income ratio. You need to have your credit, not only because most programs require a score, but also to calculate your debt to income ratio and money. But obviously, we're here to try to help you with that one, right? So there's so many assistance programs that actually can help you with the down payment. So who qualifies usually for these programs? You have to be a first-time home buyer. What does a first-time home buyer mean? A first-time home buyer means somebody that has not ever bought a home or that you haven't bought a home in the last 3 years. That makes you a first-time home buyer. There's some programs that require certain income limits. You cannot be super wealthy and buy with these programs. That makes sense. You have to have an acceptable credit score. You had to have some ratios with the debt to income, like you cannot overextend yourself. You probably had to participate in some homeowners education programs, right? Each program varies. So the most important documents for you to gather before you talk to somebody like me, for example, is that you need to have your government IDs, your ID and Social Security card. We need to have proof of income. What is proof of income? When we need to have check stubs or pay stubs, W-2s, that kind of stuff. If you are an employee, you need this, but if you're a self-employed, you need 2 full years of tax returns, right? Personal and company. You need 2 months of bank statements. You need to have a work permit if applicable, and you need to have all these documents ready to speed up the process. Now, there's so many available options, and we're going to talk a little bit about the ones that are available right now, or they're going to be soon available in the state of Florida. But basically, what they do is that they help you zero down payment options. They help with closing costs. They subsidize interest rates, meaning that the rate's a little bit better. They give you tax credits, etc. Right? So the SHIP program for the Palm Beach County. The SHIP program, it's a program that basically gives you a grant, okay, for up to $100,000 for you to buy your first home. So this amount of money will cover pretty much your down payment and your closing cost. Now, this program is like a zero down payment, closing cost assistance, subsidized interest rate. It gives you all kinds of things, but you had to be a first-time home buyer. You had to be a Florida employee. You had to have 640 scores. In this program, basically, you have to be ready by May 1st at noon. You're going to have to submit a certain amount of qualifications, verification of employment, a class. You have to have a loan approval with somebody like me to qualify. So it's like a lottery. There's similar programs in other counties. In Miami-Dade, I believe it's like $46,000. I'm sure Broward has another one. So we can go straight into your county and try to help you see what kind of program is offered. Now, keep in mind, this is like a lottery, so it is kind of hard. You have to have absolutely all the documents ready to submit that moment that they're opening it. And they expect, for example, for this SHIP program that's going to open on May 5th at noon, that it's going to last not even 30 minutes because they're going to accept 100 applications and that's going to be it. It's going to shut down. There's more interesting programs that are always available, like they're available at this point and they're not going to go away, which is the Florida Bond. The Florida bond basically is a bond that the state gives you that will help you with either closing costs or down payment. It will help you complement or supplement whatever amount of money you have or seller contribution or whatnot, so you don't have to come out of pocket with any money. Basically, it's $10,000. That's it. It's not a percentage, it's $10,000. You had to be a first-time home buyer, you had to be a Florida employee, a Florida resident, you had to have 640 scores. The debt to income ratio cannot exceed 50%. And they do take into consideration 2 years taxes. So even if you're an employee and you have a lot of deductions, they do take that into consideration. So it is a little bit tricky. That's why it's so important to talk to somebody like me that I can help you review your documents and say, this could be a good option. Ideally, you're an employee with a W-2, so it's easier to qualify you. I want to talk a little bit about the Hometown Hero. The Hometown Hero is an amazing program. It started a few years back, and basically after COVID, it started to help first aid, groups like, doctors, nurses, firefighters, police department to help them buy their first home. And since then, it has expanded to every single first-time home buyer in the state of Florida. This is amazing. Every person that is going to be a first-time home buyer in the state of Florida that has all these qualifications can apply and qualify for the first-time home, for a Florida Hometown Hero. Now, the Hometown Hero program, it's only available when it's funded. And in this case, it's going to be coming July 1st, 2025. But guys, a lot of people are waiting for this. So you need to be ready. So how does it work? Well, it basically gives you up to 5% of the purchase price or a $35,000 grant. Okay, this is a grant. And you have to be a first-time home buyer. You have to be a Florida employee with a Florida pay stub. This is very important. You had to have a Florida pay stub to qualify. You had to have 640 scores, that debt to income cannot exceed 50%, and you ideally had to be an employee of Florida. This is super interesting because basically the calculation that we give our clients is that Down payment is about 3.5 or 3%, depending on the program that you're going into. Closing costs are about 3%. So with a 5%, you pretty much cover all of the amount. So let's say you have a little bit of seller contribution or seller credit. You don't have to come out of pocket with any money. But you do have to be ready when this program comes up July 1st to submit your application. So if this is something that you're looking forward to, like this is a date that it's going to work for you, let's talk and let's get you pre-qualified, right? Okay, so down payment assistance. The down payment assistance are programs that are offered by the lenders, by the banks. And like I mentioned before, I work with several lenders, several banks that offer this kind of program. So the way that it works is that it basically covers two loans, one for an FHA loan, which is 96.5%. The down payment is 3.5, right? And the other loan covers that 3.5% to make it 100% financing, or even 5% to make it to 101.5% financing. So it gives you not only the capability of not having to come out of pocket with any money, but maybe even gives you a little bit of money towards closing costs. This is amazing. But instead of FHA, no condos. And basically, well, I can have another entire meeting about condos. We're gonna do another one about condos, but FHA does not like condos. So no condos. The second loans are even forgiven depending on the length of time that you keep that loan. After 36 months of good payment, that 3.5 can go away. And after 60 months, which is 5 years of that 5%, that can go away. So this is an option. This is an interesting program. It's always available because it's a loan program, but the person has to qualify for both loans. Okay. Standard rates, standard financing for FHAs, but you do have to qualify. Now, this is a good one, and I love this one. The professional program. The professional program is what it used to be called a doctor's loan. And the doctor's loan is basically for professionals or doctors. It covers 100% financing. So it's 100% of the loan amount, right? So zero down payment. Basically, you have no mortgage insurance. And this is huge, guys. Whenever you finance over 80% of a loan amount, the lender always charges you mortgage insurance. Mortgage insurance is a way of protecting themselves, of protecting the bank, all right, if you default or you do not pay your loan. But this program covers it for you. If you are a doctor, a dentist, an attorney, a CPA, veterinarian, chiropractor, nurse practitioner, the list goes on and on. Contact me for more details. I will let you know. Another good thing about this program is that student loans are not considered in the debt. Imagine you're a doctor, you graduated, and you have a lot of student loan debt. We do not consider that into this program. It's not taken into consideration. You do have to have a 720 scores, okay? And 100% financing up to $1 million. If you want to buy something up to 1.5, 95%, and up to 2 millions is 90%, so 10% down payment. And this is not a jumbo, not considered a jumbo. So the rates are standard, are good rates. This is an amazing program. So if you or somebody that you know has this certifications or qualifications, let's talk. Let's try to help them get into a home. Okay. Um, so those are the programs that I have available right now. I don't want to overwhelm you with information. The most important thing that I wanted to do with this video is to put out this information so you know that if you or somebody that you know it's looking to buy a home, guys, the time is now. I mean, I tell people the time could have been 20, 30 years ago, but we're not there yet. The other best time is today. If you have the intention of becoming a homeowner, if you're renting, and we all know that rents are like extremely expensive, you have to give so much money to get into a rental, you have to have excellent credit. So why not try to qualify to buy your own home? The market, it's still a buyer's market. A buyer's market means that the sellers are still willing to give you contribution for your closing costs. They're willing to negotiate price. The house are sitting a little bit longer in the market. So work with your realtor, with your real estate professional, and somebody like me to try to get into a home. The time is now. So if you have any questions, if you want to reach out to me, I'm going to put it all in the comments. Please reach out to me. I'm always available. My phone is always with me. I'm here to help. And please, this is my information. Make sure to subscribe, like, and share. if you find this information valid or valuable. And thank you so much for participating. I will talk to you soon. I will see you next Monday at 5 p.m. in our Zoom, and we're going to discuss the benefits of FHA and VA loans. Okay. So thank you so much. You have a great day. Patricia Yanis with Pioneer Mortgage Funding, your mortgage specialist. See you soon.